So we're good there, boys.
Alright, we're gonna do it again for you now. Hey everybody, and welcome to Deaf by Daylight. We're working on a theme song and an introduction so that we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get better every week. My name is Josh. I'm here with Ernie.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm here with Jesus.
Hey there, everyone.
I'm here with Darren. And I'm here with Juan. Juan, are you with us, buddy?
Can you hear me? There I am.
Yeah, we can hear you now. We couldn't hear you before. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Deaf by Daylight. As you are all aware, we're doing clowns today. Killer clowns, real-life clowns. Some things that dress like a clown but aren't really a clown. It's going to be a great episode. We are drinking. What are we all drinking today? I am drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon, winner of the 1893 World's Fair for beer, as well as the ranch water, which some of us are all too familiar with. And what are you drinking, Darren? Delicious. Jesus?
I went on the Google and I looked up we're talking about clowns today, so this is the Clown Town recipe.
Ooh.
It's Crown Royal, peach schnapps, sour apple, and pineapple juice. It's pretty tasty.
And you had all that shit in your house?
I am an alcoholic, sir.
Oh, very good. Sounds delicious. Juan, what are you drinking?
I'm not drinking tonight.
Juan is not drinking tonight.
Last week I hadn't drank or gotten drunk in years, and last week I decided to, and I regretted it.
I thought he was going
That
to
was
someone. I fucking hated murder.
that was podcast after dark for all the that was when we drink and talk about the podcast afterwards, and Juan was falling. Ernie, what are you drinking, bud?
I mean, it's probably no surprise that I'm just drinking fucking a White Claw and a Don Julio.
White Claw and Don Julio. Sounds delicious. Alright, so we're going to remind you real quick about the rules for the first drinking game, which is the killer drinking game. It's not very complicated. Every time we get whoever's playing gets a kill, which Ernie's going to be playing today. He's going to be playing as the clown to go with our theme, which you're not happy about, right, Ernie? So why don't you talk about the clown a little bit for our Dead by Daylight people?
The clown is terrible. He is not fun to play. He gets wrecked on by toxic survivors in the game, and yeah, we're probably not going to be drinking much. Because he is not good. I've been trying to play.
A lot of energy here for the clown episode.
Clown's supposed to make you happier, Ernie.
So, like, I mean, it's
Go
supposed to, but, like, this guy is just atrocious to play. I mean, I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to try to get as many kills as I can. I'm trying to drink, trying to get everyone drunk.
I normally die when I play against him as a survivor. Fuck that guy.
Let's up the ante. How about every survivor that escapes, Ernie has to take a shot tonight.
I actually like that. Ernie would have to agree to it.
But that's going to be 4 shots to the face. Yeah, fuck it, I'm down.
Alright.
He's pretty cool, though. Like, he has a little bit of lore behind him. Like,
yes, please, go ahead.
He actually was a kid where he came out of his mother and killed her. So he grew up with his dad's resentment. He started collecting feathers just as a little keepsake, and he became infatuated with them, so he started like wanting to actually hold a bird to see if it was actually soft. His dad was a drunk alcoholic, so he was kind of fucked up in the head.
A drunk and an alcoholic, my goodness.
It's very unique and original.
So like he one time he got some anesthesia from a dentist, drugged a bird, finally caught it, was like, this thing is soft as fuck, and ended up killing it, and it just kind of grew from there. The town folk reported some dude missing, and he used to collect the feathers in a cigar box under his bed. His dad found the cigar box in the basement with a finger in it. He saw his dad coming out of there, so he knew what happened. So he ran away, joined the circus, got everyone's trust. Then his wanting to kill people thing came back, and he started luring people, drugging them, tying them up, and would eat their fingers. And then he ended up
Wow.
So can I ask you a quick question, Ernie?
Yeah, what's up?
Who told you my life story like that?
I mean,
Oh my
we are
God.
talking about clowns. So, I mean, I had to.
This clown
Ask your wife.
also looks like he might button one button on any given day.
Oh yeah, check out this belly. Oh yeah.
So again, the rules for the drinking game: drink every time he gets a kill. He'll have a punishment, I guess. I don't know if he's going to take 4 to the dome while we're on the episode, but he'll owe us 4 shots, and we'll make sure he pays. This week, since we have things kind of figured out a little bit, we're going to switch it up, and Jesus is going to have the honor of opening story, and he is going to talk to us today about notorious child murderer and rapist John Wayne Gacy. So why don't you go ahead and enlighten us, Jesus, about who Gacy is, and go ahead.
Yeah. Well, again, like we had talked about before, we're not going to go too much into all these killers' personal lives and go, but we'll definitely touch the surface and talk about what's how we feel about everything that's going on. Something that I didn't know researching, and I was really hoping for. I thought he was just dressed up as a clown, like all day, every day, and like killing people. Like that's what I was hoping for.
To be fair, I used to think that too.
I thought he was fucking Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, just a clown all day, every day, walking around killing people in a fucking ice cream truck, and he's not. I mean, he did kill a lot of people, mainly young men. Not mainly, only young men. He only
Boys,
killed,
right? I mean, boys.
Yeah, boys, anywhere from I believe it was like 13 to maybe 1. I think it was probably the oldest.
Okay.
And they found 29 bodies buried underneath his house.
Jesus Christ.
He confessed to 33, and he ran out of space under his house for the corpses. So he started tossing them in the river, and that's how he got caught, because the cops had found the one of the bodies in the river, and that person went missing, and they correlated that he was, Gacy was one of the last people who saw him. Gacy's personality, though, he thought he could outsmart everyone. He was very heavily in politics, to the part that when he was on trial, he had a very good defense attorney, because he was tied heavily with the Democratic Party. They thought that he might have a chance on walking away with this, to the point where he told cops, a clown can get away with murder. He was very, in that sense, he thought he was going to walk away without any penalties. He did admit to killing those people, but when he was in prison waiting for his death sentence, he started claiming that he was innocent, saying that he was framed, that this was all part because he was part of the Democratic Party, that that he was being framed for for personal reasons and that such. He wanted to be the president. Imagine this motherfucker is the president of the United States.
Yeah, there's a clown as a president right now.
So so Trump, when he when everyone gets injected with Lysol
and Clorox.
Cloralex.
It's not going to work as well as Pine Sol, but it'll get the job done. So one of the things that we talked about, we're always going to talk about, I guess, with serial killers, is how they think they're smarter than everybody else. So do you know anything about this, like when he got caught in the river specifically? Like did they just find him with a body, or what happened?
So when he ran out of space underneath his house after he had the 28 bodies, he went down to the river, to the bridge, chucked a body over to get rid of it, and just went about his normal business. And the cops found the body, and the mom of the young boy had placed a report saying that my son's been missing and this and such. So the detectives looked into it, and they said, okay, well, he went missing local pharmacy, and the boy said he was going to meet with Gacy to because Gacy owned a construction place, and he was just like, oh, I'm gonna meet with this guy. He's gonna be paying me more and such. So they kind of tied it into it. But going back with Gacy, the cops started following him, and Gacy made a joke about it. He was like, oh yeah, these cops are my bodyguards. These cops, I could. He told him, give me a lie detector test. I'll beat the lie detector test, which he fucking failed. Then he started saying that, I'm insane. He blamed everything, saying that he had multiple personalities, that when he was Pogo the Clown, it was someone else, it wasn't him. And a lot of it was just, hatred towards, because he, although he was married twice, they're showing that he was a homosexual, and due to that, it caused a lot of issues with his dad growing up. Because his name is John Wayne Gacy. He wanted to be John Wayne, a man's man. They were saying, and he wasn't that. He was into like baking, and I mean, give it up. I love to bake myself, but he was into having sex with men, and that he really hated himself for that. And when he would have sex with men, he would often kill those people because he thought he was bringing shame to his father and such.
And then he found little boys.
And then,
damn.
So one of the more brutal things that I know for sure is that he somehow incorporated a 2x4 in the rape and killing. Are you familiar with this?
He did. He had a set of tools that he would use as far as with the rapes. It wasn't like I don't think any rape is nice. I don't know why I was gonna say a fucking nice rape. But
hey, hold on, give me 1 second. So someone just asked where we're at. Do we know for sure? I mean, I'm watching us on, I have my phone so I can monitor comments. So I mean, if you can't see us, maybe just refresh because we're on here.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh, Megan gave us a big thumbs up to.
Okay, sweet. Sorry, go ahead.
First off, shout out to Megan. I saw her here last week, so thank you so much for listening again with us. And shout out to Ernie for actually putting a survivor down. I was surprised.
Shout out to Megan and Luis and the wee baby Violet who watch us every week. I don't know if Violet's watching. but Ernie, you're killing people with is it a shaving razor?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I guess it's not a shaving razor, right?
It is.
Oh, okay. That's pretty sweet. So, sorry, Jesus, you were talking about the 2x4.
No, I mean, what did you hear about it? Because I just kind of... I knew that he was a big handyman, but what did you hear about it?
It was just fucking brutal. Like, the way that he used to rape them is that he would hold them down. Like, he would put their arms out like a wingspan, and then hold their arms down with the 2x4 while he did it. And so that's like the most brutal detail I have. Not anything compared to the Toy Box Killer, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty brutal, man. Very, very disturbed, obviously. Fought a lot with being a homophobe and being gay.
Getting beat by his father.
So something that I don't know if you guys knew this,
Kill.
but growing up, he
Kill?
hold on, let me see this kill. Yeah, it's a kill. Take a shot. Damn, stomped on her face.
Let's take a shot, and we will finish off our John Wayne Gacy here in a second. Not finish. I mean, we still got a little while, but we'll take a shot. If you want to take a shot,
he took the finger. I've never seen this kill like that. So yeah, big shout out to Gacy with that one, taking the finger.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
we'll
Gacy would take a finger.
We'll toast to all killer clowns, so it doesn't seem like we're toasting specifically to a child rapist. But cheers, everybody! Cheers to killer clowns from outer space.
Cheers. Clowns from outer space. I love that movie.
It's such a good movie.
A manager of multiple KFCs, and that's actually what he had on his for his final meal. Dude, that's why he was killing people, because he wanted to tell everyone the secret, and he fucking had to hold that shit in. But
Was he a Southern man?
I do declare that I do like me some finger licking good.
I like to spread
say-
my secret blend of herbs and spices onto little boys.
I was gonna say I like me some finger licking children, but no.
Whoa.
But
This is
growing
gross.
up, Casey, when he was on death row, he actually he would paint pictures of clowns, and he fucking sold that shit when he was on death row. People would buy his artwork, and actually, right now, his clown costume is in the Museum of Horror, and I believe it's Louisiana.
Damn, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, like to go see it would be cool.
Yeah, but talking about artwork in regards to that, I think that would be a great segue for Juan to jump in. That you researched some stuff this week about artwork, right?
No. We're talking about Art the Clown.
Oh, Art the Clown. I was thinking we were going to talk about paintings. Well, enlighten me.
No, Art the Clown. He's from. Have you seen that movie Terrifier?
So,
yeah.
It's
Talk
an
to us
awesome
about it.
movie.
Let me give you
Art
guys
the-
a hint.
well-
It's terrifying.
Well, so basically, that dude came out, and we'll post a link because it's actually there's a short on Terrifier, but they actually made a full-length movie that's actually on Netflix. So if you get a chance, check it out. It came out in 2016, so spoiler alert, I guess. But he came out in some other ones like All Hallows Eve, but those were more like cameos. But in Terrifier, that's where he gets his full-length debut. But this dude is on a whole other level. I mean, he is a supernatural being inspired by, think basically Freddy Krueger meets the Joker, but doesn't talk. And it's the complete opposite of Pennywise, which...
and he's got a mime thing going on, right? It's all black and white.
yeah, it's all black and white, no voice, no nothing. That's what makes him kind of freaky, to be honest, because he doesn't talk, he doesn't die, he just kills just to kill. There's still mystery behind him. So
See, this whole time I was thinking that the part that made him freaky was when he cut that woman in half, starting with her vagina.
yeah, he holds this woman upside down, naked, and he has a saw while he has her best friend tied up in front of her, sitting down. Then he starts sawing through her all the way down to the middle, all the way through, and they actually show everything. So it's actually, if you're into gory stuff, it's intense. But
See, that's where I'm gonna deviate. I think from a lot of horror fans is I can handle gore when it's part of the experience, like in Midsommar or
Kill. Yep.
but like the torture porn stuff that was popular, like Saw and all that stuff, I just wasn't about it. So if you're at home and you think that no one relates to you not loving gore but loving horror, I'm right there with you.
I'll say this right now. By the way, did you say we got a kill?
Yeah, we did get a kill. We'll take a shot. We'll take a shot right now when you're
Okay.
further in.
So basically, what makes this dude again terrifying, like Ernie just said.
Before we go on, Ernie got another kill, so let's take a shot.
So we just said it.
That's what we just said.
Did we
But
take
also-
a shot already?
No. We said we're gonna wait a little while. But also, so Luis is asking a question.
Yeah.
He said last week people were getting hung on hooks. What's the difference with this and that? Like, why is there a cut off the finger kill instead of the hook kill?
Oh, so basically, it's there's this thing called an offering when you play as killer. So you can either just hook the people, and after 2 or 3 hooks, depending on the survivor, they will just die. But it's an add-on that you can add as a killer. You can't always have it, but you can add it, and it's called we call it memento mori. So you basically, if you hook somebody and then they get unhooked, and then you knock them down again, you're able to actually do a brutal kill. Every killer has their own type of way of killing. So that was his.
Who's your favorite brutal kill in Dead by Daylight, Juan?
Ghostface.
Dude, I was gonna say the same thing too. That fucking he takes a selfie with them.
He stabs the shit out of you, and then he takes a selfie with your dead body.
Sweet. All right, well then, since we've already interrupted you, let's go ahead and take the shot, and then you can continue with Terrifier. Cheers. This time, we've already done. I was only prepared with one toast because I was told that Ernie wasn't going to be good. So,
you could tell that this Clown Town's already hitting me, guys.
The Clown Town is. I bet you it's all that pineapple juice.
I'm gonna drink all the pineapple juice for.
We'll go ahead and we'll cheers to Danny Whizbang. May we all die twice. That's a shout out to Darren. Me and Darren love that toast. But yeah, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious. So go ahead, Juan. Keep going.
Okay. So basically, what makes him terrifying? I'm gonna be saying that word more than once probably, but basically what makes him terrifying is the fact that he is so when you think of guys like Joker, Wayne Gacy, Pennywise, you name whatever clown you want, I don't care, this dude is straight up Krusty the Clown. Exactly. This guy, what makes him scary as hell is the whole mime act, to be honest, but there's something fun about him. The fact that he toys with his victims, right? He murders the hell out of them, he stalks them, but and again, spoiler, but if you haven't seen it,
sorry,
pause for about a minute here because I'm gonna say it. So
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so take off your headset if you got to. So
that Clown Town is hitting him. God damn it!
What makes him cool, and some people don't like that, but I actually thought it was awesome, is that most slasher films, they're always stabbing, chopping up, doing all that crazy shit. But what if you down Jason, you're about to cut his head off, and he fucking boom, he just pulls out a gun and just shoots you in the fucking face. Well, this dude actually carries a fucking gun just in case he can't get out of the situation, which is like the big twist towards the end of the movie, because he's about to get killed by this girl that he's chasing, and the whole time he had a gun, so he didn't have to go through all that. He didn't have to do all the chases and all that craziness. He was just fucking with the people. So then when he actually does die, well, it turns out this dude is immortal. He can't die. You're not gonna have a bunch of little kids screaming at him, to basically die off. You're not gonna send this guy to jail. This dude is basically immortal, so that's what makes him so goddamn terrifying. Again.
I agree with a lot of it.
You thought he was lame?
So let's go to Darren. Let's go to Darren, because Darren works with people who are upset. Well, works with a guy that's obsessed with this movie. And so I'm sure has heard plenty about it. What do you think about Caesar's obsession with Terrifier? So, well, riddle me this, Derry. Aren't clowns like scary enough by themselves? And then I think the not talking thing makes them scarier. Like, there was that time a couple years ago where there were just clowns standing at the edge of the woods in places. You remember that?
Better times.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Uh-huh. I've definitely never met anyone who actually loves clowns, actually loves clowns.
Well,
Jesus' wife does.
I think I can say I do know people who love clowns. I mean, here in El Paso, there's a bunch of a bunch of females who love their baby daddies. So.
Oh my god! Yes. So I've been told that our audio keeps going in and out. We have been having.
I think I can fix that.
More, and then we're gonna power through. But unless we're trying to fix the audio issues.
That we
We're
just
trying.
hear Ernie? That we only hear Ernie.
They only hear Ernie.
Is it going now? Oh, we're back. We're live, boys. We're live.
Okay, so sorry about that. We were trying to fix the audio issues. We've had issues since the beginning with the server and a bunch of other stuff. So we were trying to fix that. Thanks for sticking with us. So I think it had something to do with being in game for some reason, Ernie, because they said that they could hear us before you started playing, and now after we're fine too. But so we'll try to figure that out. Maybe we won't play another game or do the Survivor game, but we'll try to figure that out. We were talking about Terrifier. I'm sure a lot of what Juan said went unheard. We were talking, and as far as we explained too, the reason that there weren't any hooks is because there's an add-on that you can do where you can get a brutal kill and you don't have to go through the hook process. And so we're going to keep powering through. Juan's going to finish up his Terrifier part. I guess give a summary of kind of the things you were talking about and why you think Terrifier is so terrifying.
Well, so basically what I had said in a short version of what I just said basically was that this dude Art the Clown, he's basically a supernatural being. He doesn't die. He's basically a mime, and he toys with his food. He does the whole torture thing. One of the things we mentioned that was one of the highlights of the movie Terrifier, which is on Netflix. Basically, he hangs a naked girl upside down, and he saws her in half, and you can actually see him do it, which, if you're into gore, I thought that was awesome, you know. If not, then you might want to skip that. But this dude is awesome. I just think he looks really, really cool. If you actually look him up, if you haven't seen it, like, the dude actually looks really, really badass. And the main inspiration behind him was basically Freddy Krueger meets Joker without talking, basically. So he likes to still have fun and toy around. And again, he'll shoot you if he has to. I guess that's the whole Joker aspect. But yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, check it out. We'll actually post a link because there's a short for Terrifier, and then there's the full length. So we'll post a link up on the YouTube page so you guys can check it out.
It's actually really creepy because, like, he'll shoot someone, but, like, the thing that's super creepy is he doesn't make a sound. Like we said, like, he'll get stabbed, he'll pretty much be on the brink of death, and he won't make a sound. And there's this part where he cuts off this girl's tits and then wears them and runs around naked. Like, nice. I don't know how you can think that's not scary, Darren, or creepy.
a few more clown towns, and I might do the same tonight, guys.
So, Darren, who do you like? Because I know last time we were talking about Chucky, and I don't know if it was you or was it you, Josh, that was basically shitting all over Chucky as well.
It was both of us.
It was both of you guys. Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that.
I'm going on record as saying that it was bad from the beginning, but yeah. So Derry, what do you find terrifying, if not Terrifier?
As far as clowns go, yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
The so
Which Darren, which It movie did you like better, the original one or the newer ones? Oh, okay, gotcha.
the new one is really scary, especially when the Georgie part. Where he's like, "Hi there, Georgie,
Hey
with
there,
a nice
Georgie.
boat. Do you want to
I promise you, I promise you, all five of you at home, that we did not plan this, but that is a perfect segue into my topic for the evening, which is Pennywise the clown. I took this because I'm a Stephen King guy. I like a lot of what he does, not everything he does, but really love it, and I really love Pennywise. And so just a little bit of background here on Pennywise. Pennywise the clown is a form that it takes. It's not it. And the what it actually is are these things called the deadlights. And if you look at the deadlights, you die. It's not super complicated. And so we've got he transforms into what is your biggest fear. So in the remake, so I liked the remakes significantly more than I liked the original movie. They were really well done. And so when what he does is that he can transform into your deepest fear, and he does that because he has psychological telepathic powers. And the reason he likes children so much is because their fears are very simplistic. Like, he can turn, most kids are afraid of like one very specific thing. He can turn into that, as you see in the first movie. Every time he encounters one of the kids by themselves, he's different. Either the parents burning up, or the hypochondriac kid, where he shows up as like the guy who's like suffering from leprosy, and that kind of stuff. So that's that. So no one can see his true form. Like your brain can't comprehend his true form, and if you see his true form, you would die. He was created by a god called the Other, or Gan, and actually has a mortal enemy named Maturin, who is a giant turtle that carries the universe on his back. He arrived to Earth in like this big event, like it was like a meteor hitting the Earth, and every time he awakens, every 33 years, there's a super violent event that happens, and he won't go away until another super violent event happens, all in that little town. And that's Pennywise. So as far as why I love it in the movies, and the remakes, they're really well done. They look gorgeous. The CGI is believable. What's his? I don't remember his name. Sarsgaard I think is the actor's name. Bill Sarsgaard, who's fantastic as the clown. His voice, his mannerisms, the little twitches on his face, how slow he moves most of the time, are just really well done. The Georgie part, the very beginning of the movie, with Georgie, is just terrifying when he's in the sewer, and the lore. I mean, it's a super detailed story, but even if you don't know all that stuff I just said, which if you watch the movies you didn't know that because they didn't bring hardly any of that stuff up except the deadlights, it's fucking scary, man. The fucking clown holding balloons, and he can make you hallucinate, and he definitely doesn't have a problem killing the most innocent of children or anyone else. And I'm gonna go directly against what Darren said and tell people that I fucking hate clowns. I don't find the appeal in a clown. I love them as a horror trope, but that's basically it. I don't know how anyone was ever entertained by a clown, like at a birthday party or a circus. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think they're the epitome of creepy, and very few creepier than Pennywise. But Darren, you don't even think Pennywise. I mean, you said that he's probably the scariest of the clowns, but you're not scared of clowns. Scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about how scary Pennywise is?
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably like if I saw that shit in real life, it'd be like a good like 8 or 9. You know what I mean? Just hanging out, and all of a sudden this fucking thing just yeah, I'd be like 8 or 9 for sure.
So you guys,
9.
so you guys were talking about how he can transform into your deepest fears as a child. So go back to childhood, Josh. What would if Pennywise approached you? What would he turn himself into, Josh?
If Pennywise had found me as a child, he would transform into, let's see, like, what was it, like the scariest thing when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I was gonna say, like, I mean, he might just stay like himself, because I can't really think of anything that I was more scared of than that. But I will say that at a very young age, unfortunately, I was able to, or allowed to, watch a movie called The Devil's Advocate, and the devil scared the shit out of me. My parents are also super like Catholic, so I was raised and born and bred to fear the devil. Now I love the devil, hail Satan. But what?
That's the Keanu Reeves one with Al Pacino and shit.
Yeah, dude, and I don't even remember what the exact plot is, because I've never bothered to watch it again. But it's fucked up. I do know that part, and so I guess as a kid he would have manifested as some kind of demonic creature, possibly the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, which I was scared of for some reason. But yeah, I mean that's all I can think of. What about you, Ernie?
Honestly, if it was gonna be me, he just needs to turn into a giant spider, because honestly, like, that would just like destroy me. I was thinking right now, like, when Darren said he would just turn into another clown for you. I can just picture Pennywise like, oh, what am I gonna turn into? Just do the thing.
Dude, I mean, the whole single red balloon, that would have been enough to fuck me up real bad.
I think the scariest part of like the remake was in the second part where they're grown-ups, and he's going after fucking Bill Hader, and he's like, I know your secret.
Dude, yeah, because you don't even see him in like the mural until it's too late and shit.
Like, that was so creepy, man. Like, I don't know. I like the first one, like the original. Don't get me wrong. I think he was a bit more just overall creepy in the first one, and phenomenal movie still. But in the new ones, I think it's just more horror based. And when he kills that little girl, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah, that was rough for sure.
Under
Definitely.
the bleachers, trying to...
The scariest part for me, which we can briefly talk about another movie real quick before... Is Jude here? He's not here yet?
No.
We can keep going. For me, the scariest part of the second movie was the old lady. When
the Jewish kid?
What?
The Jewish kid, right?
No, the girl.
I thought you were talking about the painting.
When the girl goes to her dad's old apartment, right?
When she's
she's like,
around?
I used to live here, and she wanted to get that stuff out of the floorboard. But that lady is clearly it, and she's fucking. Yeah, I mean, she like crawls around, and she's naked, and she's like darting back and forth, and you see her in the background. That whole scene was just really well done. And briefly talking about another movie, because I doubt we'll ever do a full episode on this, but The Visit. Has anyone ever seen The Visit?
I don't know what that is.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Come again? Come again?
The guy with all the twist endings.
The guy who made the Sixth Sense.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just being dumb.
Yeah, I knew you knew, but The Visit is a movie that revolves entirely around how creepy old people are, and it fucked me up. I didn't know that I was scared of old people until that happened, and then I saw it. I saw it too, and it was also fucking terrifying. When with the old lady, and
I didn't know he made that movie.
Speaking
I know
of
which one you're talking about.
devil. Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
speaking of the devil and clowns and old people, Jude has joined us. Jude is our friend who's going to be. He was supposed to be on last week. He was on the first week when we didn't post the video, but he was not on last week because there was an issue at work. But he will be joining us, I think, the back half of every episode because of his schedule. But we'll always make sure to give him a good topic. And he's talking about a topic that is very dear to my heart because I love this movie. Why don't you tell the audience what you're talking about today, Jude?
So, overall, we'll be talking about...
Who's got the fucking phone going off?
I'm pretty sure it's that clown Jesus.
Sorry, Jude, go ahead.
Oh, yes. So I'm gonna be covering Captain Spaulding, aka Sid Haig. So that's what he's known as professionally. So I mean, unfortunately, he had just recently passed.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Rest in peace.
Take a shot. Let's take shots.
He was shots.
Yeah, let Jude get like 2 minutes into it, and then we'll take a shot for Sid Haig.
It's because I got 4 kills. Sorry.
Let's do it.
Yeah, okay, fine. This show's already a fucking train wreck, so let's just lean into it and take a shot. Cheers to us not having any technical issues next week, and a special shout out to everyone that's still watching. If you want me to say your name individually other than Megan and Luis and the wee baby Violet, make sure you comment and we will give you a shout out individually. But cheers to everybody still watching and to having an easier time technically next week. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
All right. Oh shit! And to Sid Haig, who we originally were taking the shot for. God damn it.
But honestly,
sorry, Sid.
I can't believe like all those technical difficulties happened. But I had a 4K with the clown, which was fucking phenomenal. And I thought I was gonna get 0 kills, so there's that.
Oh yeah, big shout out. You were handling your shit out there. I was ready for everyone to escape, and you take 4 shots. But guess who's a clown tonight, guys?
Yeah.
Andy the clown.
I'm going in again, guys.
And honestly, the shaving razor is fucking sick too. That's badass. So we also we just had 3 people join as well. Welcome, and we just took a shot for Sid Haig, and Jude is going to be talking about that more. Go ahead, Jude.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, like the first time that I had ever seen him, of course, was on House of a Thousand Corpses. So I thought just overall that role that he played was pretty good. I mean, if you haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses, it's kind of like I guess like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre mixed with Hills Have Eyes.
I binge watched those 3 the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I love those movies.
Dude, I think the Devil's Rejects, that just basically how they go down.
God.
Devil's Rejects is probably my favorite out of the Rob Zombie movies, but I mean they're all really, really good.
Yeah, because I felt that like House of a Thousand Corpses, that one felt like a legit horror movie, a horror film, versus Devil's Rejects was more like a psychopath.
Fucking bizarre as fuck,
shit.
and gorgeous in the most fucked up way.
Really muddy. It's like really dirty looking and whatnot. So
grimy and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to yell out Dr. Satan right now when we start talking about it. Dr. Satan!
Yeah. The Devil's Rejects opens with Sid Haig fucking that morbidly obese woman, and you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself
Oh yeah,
into?
he's having a dream that he's banging a pretty hot chick, and then he wakes up and it's the big nasty looking.
Yeah, I mean, we're accepting of all body types here, and some of us in the podcast are bigger than others. Trust me, but that was not. It wasn't a pleasant sight, especially with his makeup on. But what else can you tell us about that stuff, Jude?
About as far as like that was
well, so like what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the Devil's Rejects are like your favorite part of either movie, or why you like the clown character so much.
Well, the clown character, I feel like he represents, like, say, like how Gacy was, right? Gacy was an average man, like he was portrayed as an average man. I feel that Captain Spaulding, on the other end, I mean, he still had like a sadistic side that you could kind of see something was a bit off with him, but I could see how, you know, this is basically how he was kind of deceiving and like a serial killer. He played that role with Gacy real well. I feel that they could have. How can I say, like, I feel like that could have been some type of inspiration for Captain Spaulding.
Well, and he's super likable, right? Like you really, there's not a point in the movie where you don't like Sid Haig's character. There isn't a point in the movie where you're even really rooting against them. Like, yeah, they're torturing people and they cut that guy's face off, but like they're funny. They're funny as fuck, actually.
Otis.
And yeah, and Otis with the fucking wife beater and even the camo pants and all that shit. I mean, they're just really, really cool characters, and the movie's just beautifully shot. The image that sticks in my mind and has stuck in my mind since the very beginning when I watched it was the running out of the building with someone else's face on your face. And how the camera like follows it, like instead of it being like a still shot, it's like a POV shot where you're watching right in front of this person, and it's unbelievable. What was your favorite part of House of a Thousand Corpses, Jude?
So, to be honest with you, I have to say that with House of a Thousand Corpses, I don't know, I was more into the Devil's Rejects.
Right.
And that's the one that I would say, the memorable scene that I have from the Devil's Rejects is actually like that near the end scene when they're pretty much getting slaughtered by the cops. When they go all out, when they wake them up and they give them that gun, like, you know, they hand them a gun and they just start going all out with that fucking
Freebird playing in the background.
Freebird.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Freebird, that scene just plays in my head. And, you know, the one movie I didn't see, because they released another, right? The three of them?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that one?
I have.
Does it, from what I had, to my understanding, did they die?
No, they don't. Spoiler alert, but they don't.
God damn it, Juan.
It's been out.
And
we said it. Yeah.
Darren, do you have any idea what we're talking about?
I mean, Devil's Rejects, yeah, but House of a Thousand Corpses, nah, and then I didn't see the third one either. So,
what did you think about the Devil's Rejects?
That one I did like, and just like Juice said, like the best part of that movie is at the end where like they're getting fucked up, and yeah, like that was a great movie. That's his best movie for sure. Even though it's the only one I've seen, so fuck it.
His best movie, Rob Zombie's best movie.
Yeah.
And we had said in the beginning too that like when we were talking about like the different stuff we were going to talk about. I mean, Sid Haig's character is a clown in the loosest sense. I mean, as far as like he wears the makeup, but like what else other than being funny and ridiculous? He's a clown in that he's very distorted, and his reality is very distorted, and the way you see him is very distorted. But he doesn't like fucking have a squeaky nose or like a flower that squirts water or anything. So if you, I think this is going to probably become a segment. If you had to fight one person that we talked about tonight, who do you think you can take? We'll start with Jude Oh, Jude wasn't here for everything. We'll start with Juan. Who would you so Gacy, Pennywise, Art, and Sid Haig? Who do you think you could fight and win, if any of them?
I would say Gacy, just because of the fact that he's the more normal
He's immortal.
human.
He's a human.
I mean, it would probably turn into literally any illness because I can be a hypochondriac at some time, and I'll just freak out.
Turn into COVID.
Yeah, he'll just turn into fucking COVID, a giant COVID fucking. And then, well, let me see. Who else was it? Pennywise. Well, yeah, I just said that. Art the Clown. Nah, he'd fuck me up.
Well, you said Art the Clown's immortal, right?
Yeah, he's immortal. Captain Spaulding. I don't know. Those guys are very fucking sneaky. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Gacy.
All right, Derry. Which one are you fighting and why?
I'm gonna go with Sid just because, like, well, I mean, him and Gacy are both, human, but on the off chance I lose this fight, at least with Gacy or with Sid, I'm not gonna be taken like in the basement and raped, and, like all that shit. Like, he'll kill me, but it'll be quick. You know what I mean? But
you're afraid of your corpse being raped by Gacy. I get it.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
Well, I mean, if Captain Spaulding gets you and he gets you with his family, you'll get thrown into that little dungeon area, and you can get skinned alive and whatnot. So.
He just doesn't want to get raped, though. That's the point.
No, and I still understand the impulse, definitely. Ernie, who are you going with and why?
I think, honestly, if I had to, go against anybody, I'd fucking go against Gacy just because, come on, man, little pedo.
Well,
we can definitely fuck him up.
With Gacy, he had a heart condition, so he couldn't participate in sports growing up. He had a heart condition. He got very fatigued easily. So, I mean.
So this information wasn't presented to me when I first made this decision.
No. You're still scared of being raped, and that's okay. I mean.
Yeah, he didn't have a bad enough heart to not rape people, apparently.
Wait, wouldn't Gacy have to catch you, on some gay shit? No, I mean, I'm not trying to sound...
So what Gacy used to do when he was doing his killing, he would he would try to lure young men in by, offering them marijuana or drugs or alcohol, because a lot of them were underage guys, so he'd be like, hey, come over, let's smoke some pot, and then he's like, alright, let's smoke some pot, and then he would perform his clown tricks on them, where he would do some handcuff tricks and thing around their neck, and then he fucking go ahead and choke them out, and then have his way with them, which, if we're gonna be honest, I mean, that's the way I would want my way to be taken care of. So
you know that after the details of all that stuff came out, there was some fucking war on drugs uppity mom that was like, see, whenever someone offers you marijuana, you're gonna get raped by a clown and then murdered.
And that's why I don't smoke marijuana.
Smoking's bad. Okay.
Drugs are bad. So I'm gonna go on record as choosing Gacy as well, because even if I lose the fight, which I won't if he has a fucking heart condition, for fuck's sake, is that I'd rather beat up a pedo than beat up fucking Sid Haig, who I like a lot. You know what I mean? And Captain Spaulding for me is there's never a point in the movie where you don't like him. Obviously, if he was skinning you, you'd probably not like him. But as far as the movie's concerned, and John Wayne Gacy, I mean, again, heart condition. He's also a pedophile. I'm fighting John Wayne Gacy. I also don't think I'm attractive enough to rape. So. I don't think, and I'm too big. I'm too big for. If he has a heart condition too,
Josh, how old are you?
I'm 28, so
yeah, you're not
I'm
his
too
type.
old. I'm too old. I'm too bulky. Like he'd have to move, like to move me around and all that. It'd be a lot of work. He'd look at me. He'd be like, it's not worth it,
Put a lot of
really.
thought into this.
I mean,
I put a lot of thought
It'd be
into it.
nasty, it'd be sticky, you know. That would be down.
He smells like yesterday's beer and a hot
Boy,
dog.
it's too
Like,
thick.
yeah, like
no one's having a good time on that one there.
Yeah, just really. I don't even like fucking myself, so I don't think that other people would enjoy that very much.
I'm pretty sure at some point he was like, more cushion for the pushing, you know? So.
I mean, he'd probably get it and then be like, "Oh my god, was this guy in a fraternity at one point in his life?"
He'd probably fucking give you a wet willy with chicken grease.
Oh yeah, that
That
KFC,
finger looking good.
that
With the
KFC
gravy.
grease from the bottom of the bucket.
See, that's what I mean. They were both clowns that dealt with chicken. Because Captain Spaulding, didn't he work with chicken?
Don't you want some chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any disputing that Captain Spaulding was somehow modeled after John Wayne Gacy. The pedophile part for me separates them. That part for me is non-forgivable. It's like there's no you're not worthy of your life after that. So,
You worked at KFC though, so come on. Like,
Oh.
are you saying that all KFC employees are pedophiles?
That's a bold statement there.
Yeah, I feel like that statement's gonna go over less well than my not attractive enough to rape comment. Because I know that's not gonna go over well either.
So
but...
what you're saying, Josh, is not finger licking good? Is what you're trying to
the colonel would take one look at me and be like, "There's far too much of him for me to engage with my herbs and my spices.
It was not the original recipe.
It would take several months to make him delicious."
Instead of
I will
11
not
herbs and
let you fuck
spices, I'm
this
gonna have to
child.
go to 13.
I'm gonna need the 12th and 13th herb and spice in order to get this young man to be delicious.
And lots of gravy.
And lots of gravy. Yeah, that gravy though is fantastic at the KFC. It's partly why I'm like this.
Which, for those of you who don't know, tonight we're sponsored by KFC.
No, we're not.
Yeah, they paid us so that 6 people could listen to us talk about chicken rape.
If we're gonna talk about chicken rape, all-time favorite chicken rapist is from South Park episode.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure he's the only chicken rapist in popular culture. Maybe not the only chicken rapist in real life, but the only one in popular. Also
No, there's actually a line. I'm sorry. There's
Go ahead.
a part. There's a part in Devil's Rejects where this one dude goes to buy chickens, and this really creepy looking dude starts talking to him about how like he could fuck the chickens.
Can we get Rob Zombie on the podcast? Because
Right?
I really feel like he's just hitting all of our sweet spots here with that
Are
movie.
you trying to
like,
say I'm gonna cut that chicken's head off? Now I'm gonna fuck it.
yeah, I do remember that. I mean, I feel like Rob Zombie it needs to be our mascot here. I mean, just really representing us as a group. Rob Zombie in his films. Also, there's a hypothetical chicken fucker in. Well, they go back and forth talking about chicken fuckers in Super Troopers.
Well, guys, just talk on the subject of chicken fucking.
Go on.
Mansab Ali, a 14-year-old boy, has been arrested in Pakistan for participating in raping his pet chicken to death. So,
Jesus Christ. Like I said, Jesus, there are real-life chicken rapists. I'm positive of it. People will fuck anything.
So-
But in popular culture, I think it's only the South Park guy and the very minor appearance of a chicken rapist in the Devil's Rejects.
So for everyone watching, we just came up with a whole new segment that we are about to do.
Chicken
I want
fucking.
everybody in this group right now to give me your best impersonation of how that chicken sounded while it was getting raped. The loser takes a shot.
All right.
This feels dark to me.
I like the light skin better. The dark is kind of, I don't know.
We're gonna start this with Josh.
Ooh.
Please, no.
Okay. All right, Darren. Okay,
This is going a lot better than I thought it was going to go.
You guys are fucking killing me. I can't.
Okay. Going back. All right, Jude.
Oh no!
That was the best one.
That chicken was compliant.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, Jesus.
Do I have to do the chicken or can I do the guy?
No, we're doing the chicken. I mean, we're doing impersonation of the guy that was.
Do both. Do both.
Yeah.
I did because okay, I'm not a chicken rapist, but if I was a chicken rapist, I would be like, yeah, come here, chicken, get this fuck.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay, so
how would the chicken
guys.
sound?
I don't know if anyone lost that. Like I thought they were all pretty good.
That chicken would have definitely been like, we would have enjoyed it.
As soon as you take a shot for that, that was just too
I
far.
agree. There has to be some kind of punishment for what just happened here, and I don't think our listeners or us can put up with that kind of lowbrow shit.
Anyone?
We're talking about chicken fucking.
Anyone want to take a cheers with me for this one? So anyone out there?
I mean,
I'll cheers
everyone.
you, bud.
We should all take a shot. I mean, I had 2 kills in that last match.
Yeah, so let's take a shot then. Everyone at home, please participate. Go ahead, feel free. Make us your excuse to drink more than you should tonight. We are giving you permission to drink and be merry during this quarantine time. What someone else come up with a cheers. I'm out of ideas.
I got one. So thanks to everyone for listening to us be clowns, because this is a podcast about clowns. And also
Very
thanks for
good.
putting up with all the clownish fucking technical difficulties that we had at the beginning.
Absolutely.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys. Cheers.
Now I'll forever have chicken rapist Googled on my fucking search.
Yeah, you've definitely been black flagged by the FBI.
By KFC.
Yeah, KFC's like, we gotta keep an eye out for this guy. There's a fox in the hen house.
They're talking about raping some guy with our gravy, the forbidden 12th and 13th spice. I don't know what's going on in that fucking podcast.
Ugh. Yeah, no, how does he... Go
I
ahead.
can't imagine anyone who was like, yeah, clowns, and then they're like, what the fuck happened here?
Like, they joined late and they came directly into chicken rape instead of clowns. Yeah, so, how did we get onto chicken rape? Who was raping chickens?
Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects.
No, he was the second one. Oh, yeah, okay, no, I get it. No, we got here by saying that John Wayne Gacy would not want to rape me.
And then we got into raping chickens.
Then I said something about KFC, and then you just took it to a whole nother level.
So
Yeah,
back to the clowns. Everyone, who would you say all time, either real killer clown, fake killer clown, even if they're not even a killer clown? Who's your favorite clown of all time?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
Hold on. If we don't bring it up, like if one of us doesn't bring it up, please feel free to comment and let us know if you'd like us to talk about somebody. But go ahead, Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna go back to it when I first said my favorite growing up of all time, fucking Sweet Tooth from those Twisted Metal games. I thought he was just a fucking sick character all around, and just real fucking psychopath. What about you, Josh?
Sweet Tooth is for sure a damn good pick. Twisted Metal, his storyline in Twisted Metal Black, the whole I wanna watch you bleed, motherfucker, like that whole shit was awesome. But I think for me, scariest clown of all time, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They aliens are my biggest fear. I mean, other than like actual fears, like COVID or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just like actual real world things that I should be worrying about. Instead, I'm worrying about aliens. But aliens, I mean, they just freak me out, and we'll get there. We'll definitely have several, if not more than that, alien episodes. But you combine clowns with aliens. They're trying to use our bodies to eat, and then to like stick fucking shit inside and all that stuff. It was pretty creepy, and I saw that movie very young too. I don't know where the fuck my parents were at, but I saw that movie really young too. Derry.
I'm gonna have to say Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown.
Yeah, my name's Dr. Roxo, and I do cocaine.
That's my favorite clown right there.
That's a great. Probably the only clown I actually like, other than Pennywise, and Sid Haig. But who hasn't gone yet?
If Matt Scarborough was a clown.
Ooh, yeah, let's get him.
I mean,
he's never gonna listen to this, but fuck it.
I mean, if I were to pick a favorite clown, my favorite clown's gonna be Pennywise for sure. Just because
Pennywise,
like, come on, he's a fucking weirdo. So, hey, George, yeah. Do you want a balloon?
Georgie, do you want a balloon?
Like, one of my favorite things is the popcorn. Like, it's so good. What about you, Juan?
Mine is...
Why so serious?
That works.
Joker. All versions of him, no matter... Except Jared Leto, fuck that dude. But every Joker... The Joker's just my favorite freaking comic book character, period.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix was really fucking good as well.
Mark Hamill is the best, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, Joker is one of my favorites as well.
The Gotham one was also really badass. So
I didn't watch Gotham.
Yeah,
I like Jared Leto.
It's good.
Who likes Jared Leto?
I did. I do.
Oh my god, dude.
That's trash.
Because you like a bunch of rappers that look like him.
Well, that is beside the point.
That Rick Ross song was pretty dope, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah,
Purple Lamborghini.
But, well, whatever.
I feel like they didn't give Jared Leto a chance.
He doesn't deserve a chance. He did nothing with the little chance that he had.
They gave him a chance. It sucked. End of story.
They got that kid Ian from Shameless to play him in Gotham, and he fucking killed it, dude. He was like Hamill meets Ledger. So,
what about you, dude? What's your favorite?
I'm gonna have to be. I'm right there with Juan. I grew up with Batman, and Joker is the shit, man. Like, I don't feel like I feel like Batman and Joker's lives, like, they can't live without each other. Technically, they're like a huge role in duality.
Two codependent fucks.
Yeah, exactly. But Joker is just, man, he's just.
And he's most likely inspired.
Well, so here's a little Joker fun fact. I don't know if any of you ever played Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or. There's a point where you actually kill the Joker, and then he stays with you inside your head. Like he'll pop. Like you'll be like scoping out an area, and you'll just see him randomly. But if you go back to where you saw him, he's gone. And like he's in the bushes, he's in like his face is like in random patterns on the buildings and shit. It's awesome.
Statues.
And
Yeah.
it nurtures that codependent relationship. There is no Batman without the Joker, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that game was pretty dope. Like how you start off cremating him.
I think the best part of that game, though, that part's cool, but the part where you remember when you start seeing like his parents and stuff, and like they disappear, and then I think,
Oh yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, like you're in a prison too at one point, right? Like you're in Arkham
Yeah.
itself. That part where you go into that one cell and you see that one guy just fucking the chicken. That was just like.
I think you're thinking about Manhunt.
Very well done. Very well done.
Well, yeah.
It was the penguin, not the chicken.
He's fucking the penguin. Danny DeVito's just taking it in the hot rocket. Like,
help me. Batman, stop.
I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Where are they? Help.
How do you feel about Colin Farrell being the new Penguin?
I didn't even know he was gonna be.
I also didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a new Penguin.
Well,
He doesn't seem like his body is,
penguin.
you know, they're gonna have to do a good makeup job on. I like Colin Farrell a lot, though. I mean, not as a person, but as an actor.
I thought it should have been Rebel Wilson, but whatever.
I think she'd make first of all the body type, but I think she'd make a great Penguin. Certainly
shit.
better than Colin Farrell, I think. I think it's hard to beat Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I can't even think of another actor that would like fit the role that well. And as far as Batman villains go, I mean, the Joker in any movie is always the best villain. Like, you think about like Arnold's Mr. Freeze, or you think about fucking Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy, or even
Val Kilmer.
That movie is trash, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is that like,
except for Arnold?
no, dude, his Mr. Freeze is not good. Like, go back and watch it now.
Come on! Come on!
Please.
Even Tom Hardy's Bane, like, who was a great villain, loved it. Was not as good as the Joker. So, I think, I mean, we're at our time. We've been going for a good amount of time. Obviously, if there's other things that you want to say, please feel free. But I just want to give everybody a little bit of preview to what we're doing next week. First of all, we are going to do our best to have as little technical problems as possible, as few technical problems. I'm sorry. As possible, and hopefully everything goes on without a hitch. But we will be talking about witches next week. We don't have specific. We haven't talked about specifically who's going to talk about what, or what our subjects are going to be. I can guarantee you that we will be talking about The Witch, the movie, most likely the Blair Witch Project. And then we are also, even though she's not a witch and more of like a banshee or a ghost, we will be keeping our promise about talking about local stories and doing La Llorona next week.
We should talk about The Craft, like the movie. I think that, like...
Nice.
Boom, The Craft. What other ideas do we got out there, boys?
American Horror Story.
Coven?
Blair Witch, come on.
Yeah, well, Blair. I thought I had mentioned Blair Witch as a guaranteed, but yeah, definitely Blair Witch for sure.
Wicked Witch of the West. Boom.
I mean, that works.
That'd be
Whatever.
pretty evil, bro.
The Wicked Witch from the West from The Wiz, the musical. Yeah. So Blair Witch Project, La Llorona, The Witch, The Craft, American Horror Story. I mean, American Horror Story, Coven.
Maybe we could talk about Salem witch trials and stuff like that too.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about witches. It's gonna be fun.
All of that is a possibility, but for sure La Llorona will be there, so we can keep our keeping it local theme going, and then
Women with daddy issues.
we've been promising that you will see other people play Dead by Daylight other than Ernie. So far, we have not made good on that promise, but if all goes well, Juan will be playing the Hag in Dead by Daylight next week because she's the closest to a witch that we get, and you'll get a chance to see Juan do his thing as a killer. Maybe do some Survivor games with the drinking and all that as well. Anything else here, boys? Anything I'm forgetting?
Not really.
That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in again this week. Hopefully we didn't scare you guys away with the chicken rape.
Yeah, but between not being able to hear us and then only hearing about chicken rape for 5 minutes.
2 for 2. First dogs, now chickens. That's next week.
Yep.
Oh shit! I forgot about a lot of bestiality on this podcast so far. We'll try to. I'd like to say that we're going to try to steer away from that next week, but I mean, there's definitely already one incident that I can think of that's going to be brought up. So
goats.
Yeah, exactly. So
As long as we're not
maybe
in prison by then.
just switching to another animal. Unfortunately, please come back and hang out with us live. But if you are not hanging out with us live, please listen and watch and. Make sure you tell your friends. Please like and subscribe so that we can continue. We're going to keep doing this. We really enjoy it, and especially now with the way things are, this brings us a lot of joy, and everything takes a while. Most things that become popular are not popular at the beginning, so we're going to keep grinding this out. We're going to be here. Please stick with us and keep joining us and grind it out with us. And when we get to 20 people listening and we're famous, we'll make sure that we take care of our OG 5 people that were listening and make sure that we bring you along for the ride. I'm going to also give our gamer tags one more time, and actually probably for the next couple episodes and then periodically, but Jesus is J Texas Music, all lower caps, lowercase. Jesus fuck. He add him. The Gravest with a capital Gravest is Darren. Bunnies 2914 is Juan. Lil Poochie Vert 666. This is really complicated. There's a capital L in Lil, a capital P 00. CHI capital VERT 666. That is Ernie, who you've been watching play Dead by Daylight for the last couple weeks. And then TIANJUDE, the T and the J are capital, is Jude, who is going to be joining us. If we can figure out a way to do it later, especially once we're out of quarantine, then maybe Jude can join us at the beginning of episodes. But he is always going to be joining us at least for the back half of the episode and bringing in a topic. Again, next week we've got witches, we've got La Llorona, so it should be a really great episode. Let's take a finishing shot here. Go ahead, Ernie. Sorry.
If you guys are into like pre-recorded stuff, we might be doing that too. So
at some point we're going to try to do both the stream and the podcast, or do a stream, which is this, and then also do a podcast. And it may not be all 6 people every week for the podcast, but it might be. We haven't worked that out yet. And it will also be easier to access because you won't have to watch a video with it. You'll be able to, hopefully we'll be on like Spotify and iTunes and all that other stuff where you can just listen to us instead of having to be on YouTube. Let's take one more cheers. Go ahead. Sorry, Ernie.
No, I'm saying thanks. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you everybody again. And cheers one last time for the evening.
Cheers.
Cheers to
Cheers
to no technical difficulties next week and to the Witches theme. And we'll see you all next week on Death by Daylight. Have a good week, everybody.
No animals were harmed.
We swear.